What's up, man?
Doing all right.
Welcome.
Another Sunday.
Long time no see, first of all.
Oh, yeah.
The last time we saw each other, like you said, yeah, I was.
Yeah, you were
drunk. It was a party. But a party. I don't remember the year. I was with Andrea.
2017, I think. It had to be.
Yeah, right. 2017. Yeah, right. That was the last time.
2018, something like that.
Last time we saw each other, man. So how's everything been? How's it been?
Things are good, man. I just honestly just got my own place, chilling, being a dad, all that other stuff, man. Going through different women. Going through different women. Just, you know what I mean? You got to. It's. What about you, man? You over here? You're pretty practically married, right? You got the dogs. All you need is a kid, right?
Shit, I hope not. No time soon, dude. Especially with everything going on right now. I actually feel for people who just had children recently and they have to go through all this. I mean, this is unprecedented. It's not like you could call your mother and ask her like, hey mom, what'd you do during a pandemic? Back in in the 80s. When I was a fucking pain in the ass. It's an unprecedented time. So definitely feel sorry for a lot of people who have small kids. But and yeah, I've been here for a year. Been here for a year. Nice. I moved up here because of work. So I was working at a store, assistant manager. I got a promotion. So from being a store manager to getting my own store.
Nice.
They told me, where's the store at? Holy shit, that's far as fuck. But I've never been one to take big leaps like that. I've always been one to stay close to home, close to my parents. But I don't know what, something in my gut told me, do it. So I took the job opportunity, started looking for a house. Luckily we found this beautiful house, 2 stories, high ceilings, so you guys can see we got a fucking fireplace.
In Florida.
A fireplace in Florida.
Yeah. Redundant, but yeah. I'm actually sweating balls. No, but it's nice. It's more. It doesn't even get that hot. It's just more for like the ambience. There's Steven Smith. But yeah, man, we moved up here, and actually, like I was saying earlier, about having a gut feeling about you should definitely move up here. About 7 months after I'd got the store, I'm a manager now, my own store, and I had moved here. I got the news. I'm like, boom, they're closing the store. So I'm like, fuck. But luckily, I landed on my feet. They gave us plenty of time, heads up. So I got a job, and I took a gamble. I found an ad for car salesman. That, for those of you that don't know, when you look for a job as a car salesman, you will always see experience needed. Required.
Yeah, of course.
This ad said, don't worry about it. Don't worry, we'll teach you. I fucking jumped on it. I got the job, man. So I'm very thankful. I'm here, living the dream.
Right here, man. Yes, similar situation. Man. They told us go home.
Yeah.
Go home. I've been working.
Well, just because they don't know, the audience doesn't know, and I don't know. Neither does Andrea actually. What is it that you do? You say you have 2 jobs, first of all, right?
Yeah.
You work at 2 jobs.
It's not like Tommy from Martin. I do have a job.
Yeah.
No, but it's I am a case manager.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I work with kids. Work with.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
You know what they said? They said middle school is your most it's
The challenging years, those fucking kids, 13, 15.
They said it's a predictive factor of whether you go to prison or not.
Oh.
For real?
Yeah, they said a high percentage of Florida's
prison or jail?
No,
both.
Both. They said there's a high percentage of kids that make up the highest percentage.
So what's the statistic though? So
middle school, basically.
What happens in middle school?
If you become at risk. If you become at risk.
So what is exactly at risk?
At risk, bad grades, skipping school, committing unlawful acts, stealing, things like that. It permeates from there. It permeates from there and it becomes worse. So, especially during those years when in middle school you're trying to find your identity. Because elementary school, you're a kid, you understand you're a kid, and then something happens in middle school.
You're entering puberty.
Yeah, you go through puberty, you're trying to figure this out, and then high school is just kind of like an extension of middle school, where you're trying to figure out who you are. And then you kind of...
boys are hitting puberty there. Girls hit it in middle school, 12 to 13. Now it's getting much younger.
Yeah.
Girls are maturing much younger. Well, all children are. Due to what I've heard, GMOs and stuff like that in the food. And the environment in general, just, girls are going through it much younger. Now it's not abnormal to hear of a little 9-year-old girl, going through puberty already.
My daughter, she's 10. She already had her period.
Yeah.
Jesus.
She already has a bra.
That's another thing I wanted to talk to you, because you're a father, right?
Right.
And not just a father, but a single father, man, which is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world.
Yeah.
How do you cope, man? How do you do it?
Man, I do it, man. I do it many different ways. You just gotta have a plan. And I'm gonna say it like the Joker. You gotta go according to the plan. No, but it's you gotta focus and really realize that, you know, what I'm trying to do. Everybody likes projects. I get a break because I have joint custody, so that works too. I get a break, you know what I mean? I get to, you know, plan things, but being a single dad I say this, it's easier to be a single dad rather than being in a loveless marriage.
Jesus Christ. Well, the reason I asked Shawn is because, you know, I'm obviously, you know, I've been with my fiance. We're going on 4 years now, and obviously the child talk has come up. We want to have kids, absolutely, but even the fact that I'm with her, you know, the fact that I wouldn't be alone, the idea of having kids still fucking traumatizes me.
What happened to your childhood, bro?
Well, I had a good childhood, and I guess that's my fear, is that I won't be able to give the same childhood I had to, you know.
Oh, man, it's not even about that. Kids don't care about money, man.
I got it.
Yeah, they just care about your time.
I think that at the end of the day, it's more of like the parents' peace of mind. Like, hey, like, you know, my kid, I can afford, if he wants some shoes, I can afford that for them, because I didn't have that. I mean, my parents tried their best, and, you know, I thank them for it. But that did lead me to, like, say, hey, I want that, and they'd be like, you know, we'll save up for it. It wouldn't even be a no, it'd just be like, we'll save up for it. And we would save up for it like that, but at some point I started feeling bad. I'd be like, hey, like, am I being selfish asking all of these things? So I'd just be like, nah, like, I'll just start saving my own money. So at 13, I started, like, doing paper routes, babysitting, tutoring, anything that I could do to, like, just get my own money and buy my own things, so I wouldn't have to come to my parents and be like, hey, I want this.
See, no, I was the opposite. I don't necessarily come for money, but my parents always went above and beyond to make sure we have what we wanted and some. So yeah, I always had my parents to fall back on. Well, again, like I said, I'm not saying that I came for money or anything, but again, going back to the whole thing about being scared of having kids and not being able to provide for them, like the same way my parents were able to provide for me and my brothers.
Yeah. Well, okay. When did you get your first pair of J's?
I was a baby.
You were a baby when you had J's?
And the same J's, so check this out. Story time. 1992, 1993. I was 1 year old. I was already born, and my mother was pregnant with my brother. For some reason, my dad needed to take a business trip to Chicago. We still live in Venezuela, by the way, everybody. I'm a fucking immigrant from Venezuela. We still live in Venezuela. Again, I was 1 year old. My mother pregnant with my brother. My dad had a business trip to go to Chicago.
So what happened to your dad?
Okay, so 92, 93, my dad had like a business, something, you know, my dad's a horse trainer, everybody. My dad trains thoroughbreds. In Venezuela, he had like 80 horses, then the whole shit happened when Chavez came in and the government took over everything. So my dad lost, you know, practically like his business and what he worked hard for. My dad was very well known in Venezuela in that horse, which I'm actually very proud of him, because even here, he managed to excel. And my father, he's gone to the Kentucky Derby. He's gone to the World Cup in Qatar.
Dubai,
you name it. My dad's been.
He brought
New
us
York,
that.
in Albany. You know, my dad's been to the Super Bowl.
The plate up there, it's from Dubai. They brought us that from back from Dubai.
Yeah, he stayed at the Burj Khalifa. So even then, my dad. So yeah, he came here, something horse related again. I don't know. And we were talking again. Don't worry, guys. We go full circle here. We were talking about Jordans.
Right.
We're in Chicago, 92, 93. Everybody knows Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Full action. You mentioned middle of the three-peat, right?
Right, the first one, yeah.
Baby. By the way, everybody, you see the game right here. I think the Lakers take it home today. The Lakers been playing bullshit with the Heat. Charlie might disagree, no problem. But Michael Jordan is still the greatest motherfucking basketball player of all time. Get the fuck out of here with LeBron James. Get the fuck out of here. Michael Jordan wouldn't have let the fucking Miami Heat get him to a game 6. Forget about it. Alright? Going back to it, Chicago, my dad was here. Again, I was too. One of the things that he brought from Chicago is because again, Michael Jordan came out with the Air Force, the Air Jordans, the number ones, and he bought me a pair. Again, since I was a baby, I didn't mistreat them, so they actually ended up being handed down to my little brother, and I have little cousins. They all wore that pair of shoes. Now I'm pretty sure that pair of shoes is still out somewhere.
I think it's
Yeah.
I think it was in like the 7s or the 8s or something around that time.
Around.
Yeah.
I heard shoes you how much I know. I don't fucking know shit.
One of those. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I didn't even want to buy my kids Jordans, man, because they gonna be in them for like a week. They grow so fast. So you're that.
Dude, again, and that's kind of like the mentality my parents had.
Your dad was
Good out. Yeah, exactly. My dad's always been. My dad's always told me he's got a saying. He's bad at being poor.
So you think you low key took that on? Like you probably.
Probably.
But
like
his
that,
dad
even
loves
then,
giving.
But even then, everybody, because me and Shawn talked about this, and my wife here off screen, we all talked about it. I'm very frugal. When it comes to me buying things, I can't remember the last time I bought myself a pair of shoes. I can't remember the last time
I have to buy it for
shirt.
him.
She buys me everything because I refuse to spend money. I'd rather buy her stuff. I refuse because in my mind I'm like, my shoes are so good. You know, like the only thing that I do is I splurge myself. Every year I get the latest iPhone. Every fucking year. That's the only thing I treat myself with. And every now and then, buy myself a little boost, some beer, some good beer, of course, or maybe some good whiskey, and then the weed. But other than that, dude, I stay home. I don't do shit. I have my own business. I do everything. That's that would be the only thing I would have to say. And everybody knew this was coming. That didn't affect me with COVID. Was the whole shit. I've never been about the partying. If you know me well, you know that you haven't seen me out and about in a long time. This whole COVID shit didn't affect me in that way. As far as work, it hit me hard. You mentioned you're at work. You're working at home.
Work from home.
Remotely, huh?
Yeah.
Remote work. That a lot of people are going through that. Why don't you tell us what that's like?
It's aggravating. I mean, it's cool. I can get up and I don't even have to get up and drive anywhere. But at the same time, you're so distracted at home. You're not trying. You know what I mean? So anything distracts you, and
I feel like if I worked from home, this is like literally would be doing the entire time.
Your dog trying to sniff your ass while you're working, taking care.
Yeah, just bug you.
I mean, for all I care, I could probably be completely just tank top and underwear and work. But I mean, it's convenient, but sometimes you're more productive in that environment at work. When you're at work and you're actually at the desk, you feel more productive. When you're at home and you're just like, dang. One time I was at work and I just like, dang, I saw something and I'm like, I gotta clean that up. And I was so aggravated that I couldn't clean it up because I could see that it needed to be done while I was at work. So
you know what? I'm actually lying because I did actually happen to have a job, and I didn't mean to interrupt you by any way, shape, or form. But I remember I did have this job that I did work from home. It was for Frontier. If you don't know, if you live in the Midwest, U.S., fucking buttfuck nowhere, Kansas, or buttfuck nowhere, West Virginia, you know Frontier as your one and only internet provider. Right? Frontier had a little thing going where they were bragging, and I think it was their only good selling point, that their customer service and tech support was 100% US based. 100% US based, everybody. And the way that, what I did was tech support, and I did it from home. And just like you know what, I would roll off a bed, scratch the ice crust from my eyes, I'm gonna brush my teeth. I'm not going anywhere. I sit my happy ass in front of my computer, and I would log into the matrix. I would have to say, like you said, it's a little aggravating dealing with customers over the phone and not having that face-to-face interaction. But God, did I love going to the bathroom at work. It's your own toilet, you know? You can take your shit whenever you want. You don't have to worry about the fucking, everybody's fucking asshole who knows, fucking, Chad 2 desks down, and he has fucking, herpes or some shit. Sharing the same toilet seat. I don't know why I keep saying Chad. I gotta find another white guy named him.
Did we traumatized by a guy named Chad?
Cody.
Chad Johnson.
Chad Johnson.
Okay, go in. All right, let's go to sports. Sports, huh? We got a big day today. Miami Dolphins just had a big time big time win over the. Who are they playing?
Who does he look like? Yeah.
Oh,
he got it. No, it happened.
Chest hair. I got the chains. Let's go, baby. Miami Dolphins. Fins up. Big win. Big win. How many points did we put up? 43 points on the 49ers. Should have been 49. Killer game. Jimmy Garoppolo got benched. They said it was for safety. Shawn was laughing his ass off. They knew this was bumming out. 2 interceptions, threw for 77 yards. High school stats, everybody. High school stats. Shawn, why don't you tell us a little bit about it? What did you think about this fucking game? Because it was amazing.
We've seen the best of the 49ers. I mean, half their squad got washed, I think, by the Jets, even before that.
No, before that they were injured, and I think actually Jimmy G didn't play on that Jets game, as a matter of fact. If I do recall correctly, I could be wrong, smoke a lot of weed.
No, he got injured in that game, but
Jimmy G, okay.
They may not have the depth, you know what I mean? They got that, they got a monster O-line. Bosa's out, you know what I mean? That D-line is not looking good. It's just a lot of injuries right there.
And and I think that's one of the downsides of what we're having this season, which is unprecedented, where we had no preseason. No. When usually you catch a lot of these injuries early in the season, players are able to recover. Obviously, and we'll talk about it later, not like Derek Prescott, but some players are able to. Fitzpatrick, here we go, bro. LeBron fucking James, bro. They're gonna win though. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I don't think
back to Miami.
Didn't they win last game?
Say it again?
They won last game.
No, they lost to the Heat. I think he's playing games. They're trying to make this a little longer. This is my theory, everybody. This is only my opinion. I don't know shit about basketball, but I know that I'm smart enough to know that the Heat just on paper they just don't have it, man. There's too many rookies, a lot of young guys. I'm not trying to take away from what they've done this season. I mean, it's incredible.
I think it's better now that LeBron left
But
because LeBron
you have to understand. The trailer for Space Jam 2 is coming, and this is what we got going on right here. This is LeBron James putting on his Hollywood hat, and he's trying to put on a show for everybody. And that show means ratings. That show means not ending the NBA Finals on a fucking Wednesday night. You end it on a Saturday night when you know everybody's fucking home.
Or Sunday night, yeah.
Excuse me, Sunday night. You see,
No, but you're right at weekend day, but my thing is with the Heat and everything, they're overachieving because nobody thought they were going to get this far. Every news outlet was like, first round team, second round team, because what they did say we're very good. We have a good young core, but what we're doing right now is overachieving. So I think we got to give them, Jimmy Butler holding it down. You got to give them respect.
You're correct, Shawn, 100%. And I agree with you 100%. But and I am not trying to take away from what the Heat has done this season.
Right.
I got a lot of love for the Miami Heat. I got a lot of love for the Heat. I used to fucking shit. One of my best memories, shit face Hooters. We had the three kings: LeBron, Wade, Bosh, Charmander. What's his name? Birdman. All these fucking crazy guys. Remember?
Chalmers, yeah.
Yeah, you remember the fucking show these guys used to put on. Unbelievable. Yeah. A lot of people gave them shit because they were in the East. Who gives a fuck? You guys, the West brought the best, and they still did it twice in a row.
Yeah.
Right? Two-peat, I think they did.
Two-peat.
So
they could have had a four-peat.
And again, I got a lot of love for the Heat, but again, LeBron James, that Lakers team is just stacked with talent, and I think they're just putting on a show. Like I said, you don't want to end the fucking finals on a Wednesday fucking night.
You think a pro team would lose on purpose just to maximize exposure?
I think basketball is a sport which takes a lot of strength, agility. They're not any less athletes than football players, but it's a theatrical game. It's a theatrical game, and these guys are out there putting on a show, and that's just the way it is.
So if your girl, your wife, basically, she's like, I want to get married. Well, you have a game. You may have a game on Sunday if you guys win. But if you lose, we can get married and we don't have to worry about you.
Well, I'm sure that my wife wouldn't approach me saying if she knew we were in the NBA Finals.
But would you lose on purpose?
I'd lose for less than that. I'd lose for the ratings, which is what's going on here. They're losing for the ratings. And again, they're not losing. You can't call it losing. I think that they're playing head games. We were just watching football, so we might have that football mentality, but basketball, like baseball, they're different because it's multiple games.
Yeah.
In football, it's one game, and whoever's fucking left standing at the end is who wins. Not with basketball, not with baseball. It's kind of like playing fucking tic-tac-toe. Is that what you call it?
Tic-tac-toe.
X's and O's?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Shows you how much I know.
I mean, that's the thing, man. It's out here, man. Sports is. I mean, you were talking about the betting lines and stuff, and
everybody. I want everybody to know because I take no pride. You saw me smoking weed. I'm having a nice ice cold alcoholic beverage. I consume tobacco. I'm a degenerate gambler, and I fucking love gambling. He heard me. We were talking about betting lines today. Going back to football, we're talking Miami Dolphins 9-point underdogs to the 49ers. Beat up 49ers, and they just destroyed it. I think the over-under was in the high 40s. They didn't even give them 50. It was over 60 points on the board. Dogs came to eat, including Las Vegas Raiders. You saw that game. What do you think of that game? Unbelievable. Mahomes embarrassed.
I think this was a great Sunday. I think if the Patriots played today and they lost too, that would have made my and in the Cowboys.
There would be a lot of people in South Florida who would be very happy to see
the my goodness, the Bills lost too. All of them, they all need to lose, and just let it be us. Let us be the only team.
You know who we always can rely on losing is obviously the New York Jets. Horrible organization. I haven't won a team. I think they're tanking this season for sure. Absolutely.
So you think Sam? They don't believe in Sam Darnold? He's not the guy.
I don't know.
On the internet we call
like I said earlier. What did they say earlier? He's like an off-brand Patrick Fitzpatrick, like a great value.
Great value Fitzpatrick, man. I don't even know if that's definitely not a compliment at all because Fitzpatrick is.
Yeah. What was that joke you heard earlier? Why'd you tell us that joke?
What was it?
That Fitzpatrick has the
ability.
The
commentator said it. He's like, Fitzpatrick has the unbelievable ability to keep both teams in the game, depending on how he plays. I'm like, bro. You said throw the ball up, man. What? No, who was that guy that would throw picks, man? Oh, Winston. Where's he at?
Who knows? Who cares?
I think he's
probably bagging groceries somewhere.
He's like, great value. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think because when he's on, that guy he threw for 5,000 yards last year's season.
I think Fitzpatrick can have a stellar season. If I'm not mistaken, this game he broke 1,000 yards so far. What is this? Game 5? Week 5?
Yeah, week 5. Yeah.
They got a bye week next week. I think Fitzpatrick has a real shot at having a nice season. Maybe 3,000 yards. Who knows? They keep it up, but the Dolphins have been up and down. They're 2-3, right?
Yeah.
2-3. So we gotta see. We gotta see. But I got a lot of hope. I like Gesicki. I like 11. What's his name?
Devontae Parker.
Awesome guy. Guy's got some hands. I mean, he dropped the ball earlier. It wasn't a big play, but it was definitely a catch he should have made.
Yeah.
That anybody should have made. Even Andrea. Even fucking dogs. You see the little ones wrong with it. What's Kino, everybody? Even they should have made it. He missed it. And with Parker, I always feel reserved. I've been let down by a lot of Miami Dolphins wide receivers. We were talking about our old boy Jarvis Landry, R.I.P. in the Cleveland Browns with the Cleveland Browns. Even though I think they won today.
Did they win their
I have no idea. We'd have to check. I don't know if we can pull that up with Magic Talent or something. So this is Hollywood production we got going on over here, ladies and gentlemen.
The Browns, hey man, it is what it is. This is how real people do it. The Browns are 4-1. It's their best start since 1994.
That's a long time. I was 3 years old. How old were you then, Shawn? Because you're a little bit older than me, right?
Yes. I was 87, baby, man.
Oh, shit. Established.
Yeah. So, man.
Where were you born?
Miami, but my parents came here from Jamaica, man.
Nice. So like me, man, and that's the beautiful thing about America, dude. You come here, you can come from wherever, and if you just adapt and you learn the American way,
it's a thing.
There's no stopping you. Like you said, dude, you got 2 jobs. You're excelling.
Right. Exactly.
Look at me. I practically, I moved to a town, lost my job, and landed on my feet. Thank God. And I'm able to afford the things I have. I have a nice car. I have dogs that I can feed, and I think it all has to do with the big man upstairs.
Absolutely.
Without him, we would have nothing.
The Most High. Also,
It's right here, man. It's Jesus pieces right here. It's my Jesus piece. I rock the cross, and obviously a Star of David. A lot of people think I'm half Jewish, but I'm Catholic. And a lot of people seem to forget that the Jewish Torah is the Old Testament.
Oh,
You know, so there's absolutely no reason a Christian couldn't rock a Star David. Let's go back to that fucking Las Vegas Raiders and Kansas City Chiefs game. Mahomes getting destroyed, annihilated. Got 40 points put on him. First time I believe since 2018.
Yeah, but that
Tennessee Titans, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, man, I think the last time anybody ran up the score on him was the Rams in the 2018 season and that crazy Monday Night Football
Again,
game.
I don't know anything.
Oh no, those are
Nothing you say, nothing I say during this video
no,
is to be taken as a fact.
no. Look it up online. There's a Monday Night Football game. I think it was November? Yeah, November 2018. Rams versus the Chiefs. I think it was like 100 something points combined. Nobody was playing defense that night.
Nobody came to work. I think that there should be an incentive that if players don't produce on certain games, I think that they should definitely be deducted pay. What do you think about that? I mean, that's just like a little hot ball to throw out there. I feel like it would spice things up a bit, make the sport a little bit.
What about the players that got injured?
I mean,
No problem. They can get some money.
They get their base.
Like, you ever seen that movie Vice? That's how it was back then, dude. Those guys they would put in the fucking telephone poles, those lines in the middle of nowhere, those fucking roads, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They were getting paid fucking cents on the dollar, probably $5 a day. We're talking olden days. This guy fell down from the pole and he broke his leg, and they said, take him to the nearest hospital, put a bottle of whiskey in his. It's like good old days. Put a bottle of whiskey in his pocket and put a $5 bill in his other pocket.
Wow.
That's how it was, bro. That's how it was. So something like that with the NFL. I feel like these guys are getting too soft. They live in their $1 million homes. Back in the day, I believe at one point players used to make $35,000. I'm high as fuck, guys. I'm sorry. $35,000 a year. Yeah, dude. So I feel like these guys are overpaid. Obviously, I mean they do have to put their bodies on the line, but I think something like that, putting out something like that would be cool. I feel like it would spice things up a bit. For example, Patrick Mahomes not being able to produce today and throwing for his first interception of the season.
I think he threw two. I think he did. Did he throw two?
I don't know. I know for a fact he threw one because I saw it with my own two fucking eyes.
Yeah, he threw a couple of them. I mean, he's I don't think you should deduct pay, but I think to even make the roster, you get paid.
I feel like, is there any type of wiggle with that fucking massive contract that everybody knows? Patrick Mahomes on this
$500 million.
some fucking crazy amount of money this guy is getting. I think $500 million.
Almost half a
The
billion.
fucking the whole worth of the contract is worth overall. He's getting paid like $50 million a year. The contract's for 13 years or something ridiculous like that. Yeah. So I feel like was there anything in that contract that could potentially put the Chiefs in a situation where they have the ability, should they choose to drop Patrick Mahomes?
Well,
they would still have to pay him, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they would have to pay him something.
Okay.
There is some residual money you got to pay him, but for the record, I don't think today was completely his fault. I think it was partially his fault. His O-line didn't hold up.
Well, what I've been saying, and again, you said this too, and I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Right.
Going back to Patrick Mahomes, what we were talking about, that whole running and gunning thing he's got going on, man. That thing has an expiration, ladies and gentlemen, and I think that expiration date is today. I think a lot of other teams, like I said to you earlier,
they're like, they let themselves get like finessed by it.
they're finessed by it, and a lot of teams are going to take this footage and they're going to break it down and they're going to say to themselves, oh, that's how you do that. That's what I got to do.
They found a way to have all their pointers cover every receiver,
and I believe that Kansas City was already exposed. I mean, they can't stop the run. They can't stop the run at all. They get the ball ran down their throats every single game. Obviously, they don't let that turn into anything. But obviously, that in it itself is a flaw, and I think it's a flaw that could be exploited.
And they're losing at the line of scrimmage.
And not only that, but Las Vegas put 40 points on them. I think they scored 32 at the end. They made a little bit of a comeback, but it was for nothing. And Las Vegas was a 8-point dog. 8-point dog.
So the two biggest upsets of this weekend.
Miami Dolphins winning this game against the 49ers. And Las Vegas. Yeah, the dogs came out to eat.
Man, that's crazy, man. I would have never thought that.
I do my bookie.
Man, I don't know about you, but I don't like the same teams winning, man, every year.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it if it was like fundamental football. So like, I wouldn't mind it if like the Green Bay Packers went on like some streak. Mostly because I like Green Bay because they're not in our division. We barely play them. But I think that Aaron Rodgers is probably the greatest football player, not just only of this generation, but so far. I think he's underrated. I don't think we talk about him enough. I think he gets disrespected a lot. This guy can do things that no other guy can do. You can't argue that, Shawn.
I'm sorry. Tom Brady.
Nope, not even Tom Brady can do things. Dude, come on, man. Where is some footage? I need some footage.
No, fill me out. No, Tom Brady admitted. Tom Brady admitted that. What was it? What's his face? What were we talking about? What's his face? Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady admitted 2-3 years ago that he can't make throws. He can't do the things that Aaron Rodgers can do.
Absolutely. And Aaron Rodgers is up there in age too. He's almost as old as Brady. If not, he's in his late 30s. I don't think he's in his 40s yet.
He's the same age they pushed Favre out.
Yeah? They won't do that. They won't do that same mistake, especially right now. They're fucking iron hot. They haven't lost a fucking game. They're doing fucking great with this interim head coach from last season. Turned around the season, put some fucking wins on the board, and even now they haven't lost a game. I saw this guy. I think he broke the record. I think that's the first year coach, Matt LaFleur. First year coach, most wins.
13-3 last season.
Dude, this guy is incredible. I don't know what he's doing to the boys. I don't know what they're putting in the water over there in Green Bay, but they got something special, and I really like it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were in the Super Bowl.
They might be, because the 49ers was the only ones that were really knocked out. They were the ones
We're
knocked
talking about the 49ers.
No, 49ers last year was not. They were the ones who knocked them out.
We got a Green Bay game tonight, don't we?
Green Bay? No,
it's a bye week. Who plays tonight? You said you don't want to see it.
Vikings and Vikings and the Seahawks. Nobody wants to see it.
I don't know. It might be a high-flying show. I think.
Or the Cowboys game, 37-34.
Let me find that line real quick, and so that way I'm educated while we're talking about this shit. This is the Hollywood, that Hollywood thing we were talking about, that movie budget we got going on. Okay, where we at? It was in New York. Cowboys, 7.5-point favorite. So, how much did they win by?
3 points.
They didn't cover the spread, ladies and gentlemen. They did not cover the spread. So that's a pretty big deal. Either way, I wouldn't money line them. I wouldn't have played that spread. That's way too close. There's no buffer room there. I would definitely money line the Dallas. I did not play this Sunday because something in my heart told me I'm like, dude, there's some weird shit going to go on today. As you saw, Miami got the dub. And Las Vegas got the dub over Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes and the boys down there.
I wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked about the Dolphins winning. I was shocked about how much they won by. I thought it was going to win by like a touchdown.
That's the over hit in that game for sure. Absolutely. We're talking Kansas City, right? So the over under for Miami was 43. That hit. 49. That hit. We were talking about Kansas City, right? Yeah, I don't have that. We'll have some. Yeah, no, I don't have that one for some reason. This fucking ESPN line. I didn't play this weekend. My bookie hit me up on Facebook.
He was trying to.
He was like, "Bro, you betting?" I'm like, "Nah, dog. Something's off." I really, because I always do it because I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, but you can never, with the Dolphins, you gotta learn. And I've learned. I've been a Dolphins fan for 11 years. I've seen, I think, how many different? I think 12 different quarterbacks or 8 different quarterbacks or some shit.
Something like that.
Since I started being 4 different head coaches since I started being a Miami Dolphins fan. So yeah, I know it's rough, but I knew something told me to stay away. I like parlaying, so yeah, dude, a lot of upsets today, especially since I did like the New York Giants. I think that they're overdue for a win. I think they possibly could have capitalized today against the Cowboys after that gruesome injury by Dak Prescott. So I asked you earlier, Shawn, and I want to get your answer in this fucking podcast. Do you think this is a career-ending injury for Dak Prescott?
Not at all. He's out for the season for sure, but he'll be back.
He left crying. I don't think it was from pain. I think he was upset because he knows something we don't. And that pain. And I know that you said you didn't want to watch it. You read about it on
Oh, they came on. They showed the replay after the game.
Did you see it?
I saw it. She saw it.
It was fucking crazy,
disgusting.
guys.
It was
Jesus
so
Christ.
gross.
Yeah, his thing was like, hey,
Yeah.
like it was bad. It was really bad.
It was going the opposite way of where it should go.
Yeah, and he was not crying from pain. It's like as a competitor.
Frustration,
Yeah, frustration. Because this is he got franchise tag. This is technically his fifth year option.
But I do know that the Dallas Cowboys do have an option this year to drop him if they don't like.
Oh yeah, of course.
They have that option. They can get his ass out of there, pay him half the money or some shit like that. I don't know.
Who would they pick up?
Who gives a fuck? You gotta get
They got
fucking broken.
They got Andy Dalton that he probably came in and won the game for them. But Andy Dalton's a veteran. He's on the bench, chilling. You know, I was shocked that he didn't even. But it is what it is.
I wanted to put on that Dak Prescott injury, man, but Jesus Christ, it's a gruesome, man. It didn't even look like that big a hit, honestly. When you think about it, it didn't look like that big a hit. Did you think it looked like that big a hit?
It looked like he.
It was just like a twist. I think that's what happened. It twisted.
Yeah.
It twisted off.
He was coming down. Shit. He was coming down on his foot.
Andreas fucking rich.
It was bad.
It's pretty gross, guys. It's pretty gross. I'm sure everybody's seen it by now. I'm sure there's already memes about it. He's probably been what's that meme with the
the one where he flies away.
Shooting star.
Yeah.
He got shooting.
Man, some people were saying.
I feel bad. I don't want to laugh at the guy. You know that's rough, dude. That looked like it fucking hurt. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of love online. A lot of people, Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, those guys got money, bro. They shoot fucking stem cells and shit, bro. That guy will be fucking playing football in 2 weeks.
Go to Germany and get the stem cells.
Nah, fuck Germany. That shit's allowed here now, man.
Oh yeah.
They go to fucking down the street.
Is it cheaper here?
Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
I've heard somebody got motorcycle accident, used stem cells, and they were quadriplegic.
Yeah, they're fucking standing up right now. It's magic like what they're doing with these fucking things, bro. It's insane. I think Dan Bilzerian, he shoots it up just for fun, bro. You know what? I actually think he fucked somewhere. I think somewhere in his leg, I think his ankles or his knees, some shit. You know, he was trying to be a Navy SEAL, and he fucked up some shit in his leg. You know, and he always hypes that shit up, that stem cell shit. He's always getting the fucking, you know.
What do they do?
Don't ask me, dude. I don't know what it is. I think they're shots. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think they're shots. I could be wrong. Once you let us know in the comment section. By the way, I think this is that cheesy time where it would be nice. We're just getting started, so a subscription and a like would be nice. Me and Shawn are going to do a shit ton of these. We want to have guests. I think that's important. We want to have guests. We want to mix it up. We don't want to just be here, me and this guy just boring you guys to death. We want to bring different people to maybe attract different audiences. I got a lot of friends who I started tossing this idea around to. They're down. They're down to do it. Most of them are musicians, so I guess we could do a couple music episodes.
Yeah.
You're into music, right?
Yeah, of course.
What do you got to listen to?
You would look at me, you would think I was like, you wouldn't even, like, it's hard. I don't stick to one genre, man. You'll look.
Same here. As Andrea said that, I think, was it today maybe? Hold on, because we were talking about Dallas Cowboys, and speaking of Dallas is in Texas, and you just got back from Texas today.
Man.
You were telling me before you were on your way. I'm like, I'm at the airport. I'm like, what do you mean it's at the airport? And then Andrea's telling me, I'm like, she's at the airport. I'm like, why is he at the airport?
It was the shortest trip I've ever taken.
Where did you go? You went to Texas? Where'd you go, man?
I went to Lubbock. I was out there chilling. It was cool.
What'd you say, Lubbock?
Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock, Texas?
Most people don't never heard of it.
I
It's really this dog loves me. No, but
Keno's the tits?
If I see why people, you were talking about Joe Rogan and how a lot of these people go.
Oh, we were talking about that earlier. Shit, he's dropping Joe Rogan already, episode 1. Name dropping. Yeah, we were talking about how a lot of these like big Hollywood guys, I guess is what you would call them. You know, like big like movie stars and all these guys that like are big on YouTube and shit that normally resided in California. They're all getting the fuck out of Dodge, man. They're all leaving. I'm a huge Joey Diaz fan, and he fucking got the fuck out of town. But he went to fucking New Jersey. I don't know why he went to New Jersey. I would have gone to fucking Texas. Yeah, Joe Rogan in fucking Texas to Brazil. What a fucking great restaurant, Jesus Christ. I went out for my birthday.
Wow.
So
what
distracted.
All right, back to Texas. Joe Rogan, you were saying, all these guys are moving from California, and a lot of them are going to Texas because, unlike California, Texas is open for business. People can go about their merry lives. They're not letting this fucking pandemic kill them and fucking tear them down.
Dude, everywhere I went in Texas, everywhere was open.
Were they wearing masks?
I think so. I don't even know.
Bro, I hope they weren't.
I don't think they were.
Fuck that fucking mask shit.
I don't even think so. You know what? It didn't even occur to me because
it was normal, right? Yeah. It was Normalville, USA. It's what fucking America is supposed to be like. It wasn't this locked up bullshit that's the reason why they're fleeing California. That's the reason they left California.
But we do wear our masks because we have to.
Well, that's because we live in fucking socialist Broward County.
Yeah, but every place I went to, you already know in Texas, man, it's not a bunch of franchises. You see a lot.
No, it's mom and pop shops.
Mom and pop, it's car washes,
it's
everything across the board.
All family ran and operated.
Everything is like, there's a bunch of different businesses, different unique names, man, like all up and down the strip. It's a cool place to go, man. It reminded me of Arizona at the same time. Kind of dry, the dryland, but it's nice. You know, they're paying my friend out there, she's paying $810 for rent.
You mentioned for like a 2-2
for a
shit,
2-2
right?
Upstairs, downstairs, $810.
Hell yeah, big ass crib.
It's big. I'm like, in
Florida,
that's unheard of. $810 will get you what?
They got these fucking efficiencies for $1,100.
Wow.
I see them on Facebook.
Yeah, that's an efficiency.
All the time, man.
That's an efficiency.
I mean, that grime. I see that shit all the time, dude.
It'll be a nice upscale efficiency, like, you know, with its own
You gotta share the
entrance.
bathroom with the Puerto Rican family down the aisle and some shit, bro. It's
Wow.
crazy. It's
Bro,
crazy.
I would live in my car before I do that, man. Pay $810 for an efficiency, man. Not for me, even for because in Florida, man, you can't get that. One time I had to move out of my apartment. I was thinking about moving
Dude,
out.
and speaking of fucking socialist South Florida and California, dude, what about the mess that's in New York City right now, dude? Fucking ghost town. The Big Apple, Manhattan, dude. Unheard of, never seen before. We're talking about the center of Western culture was Times Square. And now it's just completely just a ghost town. Nothing's open. People are leaving in record numbers. It's insane. It's insane. And I think you were mentioning earlier, honey, that just like California, that they're making, even if you move out, they're making you pay state taxes for a state you don't even live in anymore.
For 10
You
years.
don't believe that shit?
That's not cool.
How socialist is that?
It's not definitive yet, but yeah, it could be a law.
So I got to pay taxes to replace. And the taxes are.
Well, you know what? Even if it's true or not, we'll probably get fact checked, honestly. Even if it's true or not, though, that's still some bullshit. The fact that we're even talking about it. Because honestly, I would have never thought of something as horrible. You know, like, could you have ever thought about that? Like, oh, there will be a day where a state can come after you and collect state taxes, despite the fact that you don't live there anymore, and you have no ties to it whatsoever.
Wow.
You know, like, that's insane.
I guess they want to recoup.
That's shitty. I mean, but that's still fucked up. Like, recoup from what? Recoup from what you did. You know, a lot of these places like Finland and Iceland, and they never really closed. They never wore masks, and they did fine. You know, like.
Well, they closed immediately after it was
What
announced.
they did is they closed borders, so like they stopped letting people from other countries come in, and
No,
then
they
that's the whole
quarantined
thing
for
that
2
oh,
weeks.
it's fucking xenophobic or whatever. You don't let other people, you know. Well, like hey man, like they said, it's unprecedented times. You gotta do unprecedented.
But they
things.
did do the quarantine. Like as soon as it was announced, as soon as they saw the cases be at 100, they quarantined the whole country for 2 weeks straight.
Well, still.
And
you
after
know what?
that,
All this
cases have been
quarantine-
0. I think they had one person get COVID, and they quarantined them and they monitored them, and it went down to 0
I don't
again.
know,
Like they're
I'm over this shit,
super
dude.
safe.
I'm back at work, thank God. I'm making money, but.
I do think it was
aren't.
overblown. Like I don't think it's realistic because that's like
Yeah, no,
That's like a
for
small
sure.
country.
No, it definitely, Shawn, for sure, it definitely got blown up by the media.
that was like
Yeah,
a
don't
small
you think so?
country.
I don't know, man. Partially, I think some of the people I know, they died from it. People I've known, friends of friends,
Yeah.
Somebody I knew was gonna get married. They were supposed to get married during the whole Corona thing.
Hmm.
Young guy worked at the airport, and he's gone.
I mean, it's definitely
Yeah.
not like making light of
It's
the
bullshit.
people.
Yeah.
No, not even that. It's just like it is something that it does affect people severely when it does affect them.
Right.
But the chances of someone getting affected, they're so tiny. It's not
So
even 1%.
99%.
No, it's less than
Survival.
1%.
Not only
Yeah.
that, dude, well, like, dude, Donald Trump got it. We're talking about a 74-year-old dude who lives off of Big Macs, and he fucking beat it, dude. And
I mean,
he's
there
walking
are-
around 3 days after getting his prognosis. Come on, guys. This is like, this is less than the flu, because the flu kills more people than
Well,
COVID.
there are reports that he is doing bad. Like Kellyanne Conway's
It's all
daughter,
bullshit. He's fine.
she started
He's on
posting
Twitter
on
every day
TikTok that he's
talking
doing
shit
bad.
and- Who?
The daughter of the advisor of Trump started like doing TikToks that her mom Trump was doing bad. Because the daughter's just a 15-year-old girl. She just goes on TikTok and she starts like saying random, like you know how kids are on
So there's
TikTok.
like some TikToker saying this shit?
Yes, but she's the daughter of Kellyanne Conway.
Who?
The advisor, Kellyanne Conway, the advisor of Trump.
Her 15-year-old daughter
And
is
she-
on TikTok.
Yeah. And she tested positive for COVID as well.
Who?
The
The
Kellyanne
daughter?
Conway, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And now the daughter, because they hung out.
I feel like Secret Service has to pay that lady a fucking visit, bro. I don't think she can be discussing stuff like that on TikTok,
No.
which is a fucking Chinese fucking company. Chinese, like, who said Edward Snowden, who's that fucking whistleblower. You
Yeah.
know who Edward Snowden is. Everybody knows who Edward Snowden is. He fucking said that TikTok, it's almost illegal. How much of your information TikTok takes from your phone.
Wow.
And he's the guy who blew the whistle of fucking phones, looking up your asshole when you don't want him to, and you got to take out the battery and shit, so the government doesn't know who the fuck you are.
Wow.
He said that shit. He said that shit. He goes, it should be illegal. How much of your data, of your digital thumbprint or fingerprints, whatever the fuck it's called, footprint, ends up in the hands of the TikToks, the
Wow.
TikTok Chinese fucking Chicon cocksuckers.
And kids are on it. Everybody's on it.
Yeah, dude, and they got the information on all these kids, and they spread them with all these propaganda with TikTokers, Kellyanne Conway. I don't know, man. I think it's weird, man, and I don't trust that shit. I never got it because I'm almost 30 years old. What the fuck do I gotta be doing fucking TikTok? I'm too old for that shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I'll get videos from my homie. He's like in his 30s.
So you got a TikTok?
No, I don't have a TikTok.
Oh, all right.
Well,
I
they
was
do
saying
go
you're older.
onto
No, no, no,
Instagram.
no.
They leak onto Instagram too. Like,
Yeah.
they'll repost them on Instagram. I did get TikTok because they are sort of like fun to watch. Just scroll through.
Oh yeah, it definitely makes your day go by a little faster.
Oh, so
The
it's
songs.
I know, it's like that Vine shit where you like scroll and you see videos,
But the For You page is very like accurate as to what it recommends.
People get
you.
famous off of it and shit, there's like TikTok wars and shit.
Millionaire kids, man, making money off
Like you were saying,
that. Cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
What is cancel culture?
So basically, well, what I've seen, because I watch a lot of YouTube and just like the drama side of YouTube too. Um, it's a lot of just coming, like someone will do something problematic, but there's no proof. But people still come after these people and they start saying that they're garbage, like kill yourself. They start saying like, oh, you're canceled. And all this, like that's so unnecessary.
It's like people who bully people to doing their fucking Facebook or something.
High school, man. But
It's not necessarily high school. It happens to like some movie stars. For example, that fucking Chinese chick from fucking Star Wars. She said she got bullied off social media. Yeah, her.
Oh,
the Tran. I think her name's Tran something.
She doesn't age, man. She was in Street Fighter, man. She was Chun-Li in Street Fighter.
For real?
Yeah.
What Street Fighter was that?
1994 with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That wasn't her, man.
Bro, it was her.
Bro, somebody in the comment section is gonna make fun of you, man.
No.
How are you?
I don't believe it. Let me know, guys, in the comment. I don't fucking know. I'll tell you look.
The Asian woman in the Mandalorian, she was in Street Fighter as well.
You're talking about the Mandalorian. I'm talking about the Chinese chick from the new trilogy, the movies.
Yeah, the cute little girl.
From the second one.
Yeah.
The Chinese one who fucking stopped the John Boyega from doing that fucking heroic. You know, he was fucking about to kill himself, go into the fucking machine and explode, and she fucking crashes into him and just kills him and then they kiss.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was really stupid. You didn't see those?
Nice.
I'm a huge Star Wars guy. You know, you probably saw in the bathroom. You saw a poster.
Nah,
You didn't see it, but you take a piss. It's the first thing you see.
Nah, I wasn't paying attention to that. I was just trying to making sure I didn't piss on the floor.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
No, it's a movie poster. It's a movie
Stop.
poster.
You know what? That's my
What do you
biggest
think
pet
of
peeve,
it?
bro. When I have people over, like,
They piss
because
on
I'm the
floor.
one that cleans the bathroom. Like that's my chore. Like here in Andrea, we're an equal household. We both work. We both clean. So the kitchen and the bathrooms are my territory. Andrea, I'll sweep, but Andrea doesn't like when I sweep because, you know, my eyes are fucked up. I'm fucking wearing sunglasses inside of me, for God's sake. My eyes are horrible, so when I sweep, I miss shit all the time sometimes, and she doesn't like it, so she sweeps. You know, sometimes occasionally I'll mop, because when you mop, you know, you leave the trail, so you know where you've been. You know what you missed and you didn't. So yeah, but yeah, we're an equal household, Shawn, here. You know, me and her both work. We both work hard. I made a lot of mistakes in my life, dude. I'm like I said, bro, I'm a fucking degenerate, and I'll admit it. I'm very proud. It's funny. It's funny to say it. I love, you know.
I watched a lot of movies with Joe Pesci in it, man.
Who?
Joe Pesci.
Oh, the fucking guy from Goodfellas.
Yeah, she's
hilarious.
He's freaking degenerate, like in Casino.
I love that movie.
He says that line.
I love that movie. Yeah.
But
he says a lot of funny stuff in that movie, not just that.
Oh, man,
A lot of controversial shit you can say today, going back to the cancel report I'm sure we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
He said a lot of fucked up shit there.
Shows like Married with Children in the 90s couldn't have been on TV now.
Dude, but you know what? I feel like for the time, and you know what, and even today, I feel like stuff like that is needed, because it just needs you to remind that even Archie Bunker, like going back to the shows, because remember the whole premise was that he was like this huge racist. But in the end, he learned to coexist with his neighbor who was the Jeffersons.
Yeah.
That's his neighbors. That was literally his neighbors for like after the second season and on. I love all these old shows, guys.
In high school, did you guys did you guys read To Kill a Mockingbird?
Did you?
To Kill a Mockingbird. It's been a long time.
That's
It's like about Atticus Finch.
That half the book is a trial.
Yeah,
the
about
trial
like
of the guy
race.
being, and he was
He got accused of rape and stuff like that.
Yeah, the black guy. And
That
it was in
They're banning it in
Alabama.
They're banning it in most schools.
That's
like,
fucked
from
up,
reading
bro. That
it,
book, I mean,
because it's not like.
And it's not fucked up because it's like history or whatever. I think it's fucked up because I had to read it, and that's fucking stupid. I think you should have to read it too.
Well, it's not even that mentality.
Fuck
it's
you.
the fact that it did teach, like, hey,
black
people were getting wrongfully accused, and even when the people that wrongfully accused them clearly looked like they were lying, they still went with the white people instead of the black people.
Oh, yeah, and also, did you see what happened recently? This guy went to go, I think he beat his wife or tried to kill her, and he wore blackface So a black man would be accused of the crime.
That's fucking crazy. And again, and I think that's the danger that comes with banning these books and shit. I think people don't get to learn.
Right.
And that's what happens when you forget history. You're doomed to repeat it. As you know, some guy way fucking smarter than me fucking said that shit. Don't take that as my quote.
Man,
but yeah.
It happens sometimes, man. It's just sometimes they just don't want you to be woke and realize that, you know what, man, maybe he didn't do it. Maybe that guy didn't do it. You know, the Kill Mockingbird is really about hope.
Yeah, because it was the little kids that helped at the end, I think.
The lawyer. No, it was the lawyer.
Yeah, but the little kids, mom. But
yeah.
there was something. There was like a reflecting thing going on with the kids because the book was from the kids' perspective. I do remember reading that.
Well, the kids got to see. Well, it was like also like
And wasn't there like some albino who like lived inside and he never came out?
I don't know. It was also
That was
like
also
a coming
in the book.
of age story.
I'm not making that up. There was like some weird albino guy who lived in a house.
It wasn't an
across the street.
albino. It was just someone who.
Yeah, it's like some what's the word I'm looking for?
A recluse.
Huh?
A recluse.
No, he was in there for a long time.
A hermit.
Yeah, like,
He was a hermit.
A hermit. Yeah, hermit. Yeah, like a hermit.
Like a
fucking albino.
like a lifer or something.
Dude, you're speaking of that, man. And speaking of cancel culture, and we're talking about the struggle that African Americans go through this country, bro. I was reading that in fucking Africa, they hunt down albinos.
Really?
And they kill them because they think that their body parts have magic.
What?
Dude, so it's horrible. I watched this article and it was like an interview with some lady, and her husband happened to be albino.
Right.
And she said that they came in while they were sleeping and they chopped them up while he was still alive.
Wow.
And while they told her to stop, they shut the fuck up, stop screaming. And they
Well,
were chopping them up and
fact
taking
check.
pieces. Huh?
Someone will fact check.
Fuck you, fact check me. That shit's on YouTube. That shit's on YouTube. After you watch this video, look it up. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna find it and we'll put it on the bottom in the description. So you can't fucking say I was wrong. I fucking saw this shit. It's true, man. They fucking kill albinos. They think they're magic. They're like fucking leprechauns, you know.
I mean, but a lot of those physical attributes were like prominent. Like there's like a lot of Africans who had like blue eyes and blonde hair. Like a lot. I forgot what they call.
That's
it.
what I'm saying. So they think that's like, I don't know if it's like they think it's like a rabbit's foot where it's like good luck.
Right.
Or I don't know if they put it in a blender, they probably drink it. You know, they put it in a powder. You know, some shit. They put in some pills.
Drink the blood of your enemies, I guess.
They
Yeah.
probably think it gets you. They probably think it gives some boners. Like you know how they fucking think in India, like you drink fucking.
Well, not even to demean
Snake
the
venom.
culture, but like from what I've heard, there's a lot of witchcraft.
Yeah, you drink
that
snake
goes,
venom, you get a
and
boner.
a lot of like those primitive type of people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get a boner. If you drink snake venom, you get a boner. That's like the whole premise.
There's a lot of witchcraft in like a lot of different places.
Yeah.
I think
Haiti is one of them that's
Makes you
huge
think
on
of shit,
it.
makes you think of
Trinidad.
Mhm.
Okay, there's a lot.
Tiger balm.
Jamaica.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
And I think every culture has its own form
Herbalife.
of witchcraft, but they call it something different.
Yeah.
But it's really the same like concept, yeah. And they'll be talking about I remember this, you ever had a lady walk up to you or someone said, "Can I read your palm?" You never that never
Nah, get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
you never
Some weird shit. I went to San Francisco once. I think it was 2014, 2015. I went to San Francisco and I'm walking down the street with my mother and my brother and my grandmother, and this fucking weird Chinese guy with a robe, dude, walks up to us. Immediately goes for my mother, and I get in the way. I'm like, bro, what's going on? What is this? You know, back the fuck up. What's going on here? And he's got this bracelet, this fucking praying beads, bro. He was trying to put them on our wrists, and he gave us like these cards, like for good luck charms and shit. He was like from some Buddhist temple in fucking San Francisco. Like that's a fucking real thing. And yeah, and he's fucking, handing out these fucking praying beads and shit for good luck. But yeah, I had that going back to what you asked me.
Yeah.
You had somebody come up to you and read your palm. I guess that would be the closest thing
Yeah,
that ever happened. Has that ever happened to you? Because you just brought that up out of the blue.
No, we're talking about witchcraft.
No, fuck that, dude. I don't believe in all that stuff.
That stuff is real, man. But
Beware of the wickedness wickedness and snares of the
And
devil.
a lot of
Yeah.
people don't actually know, like, the stones and sage rituals that they do actually
Dude,
have
all that
some sort of
shit.
spiritual meaning, and it does do something. Like, there's something that does come from consequence of that from the spiritual realm.
Dude,
like,
that's how you let in
sounds
demons,
ridiculous,
bro.
but
You're opening up yourself to these, like, these entities that you think are good at first because they give you good luck and shit like that.
So as your question asks, sometimes it's not even about race. Sometimes people will hate the fact that those good things are attached to you. Like, they may not like the fact that you're black, but they don't like the fact that why does he have to be happy and I'm not? Why does he have to, whatever? Why does he look like he's doing well and I don't? Like, sometimes being black and being a certain race is just like the common denominator for them. It's almost like what bridges it. What they really are mad at is why they're miserable. That's really, but the hardest thing I had to go through is you go to different jobs, and I've been to different jobs, and you get put into a position of power, and people almost resent it. Especially, like, I've seen white coworkers, I've seen Hispanic coworkers, and they just seem to be very resentful of it. It's like, you're young, you're black, and it's like, I'm not gonna take orders from him.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I just had that happen at my job.
So you're just coming back because we just got back.
Right.
I had asked Shawn what as a young black man on going on top, like I say, he's got 2 jobs, single father, he puts food on the table. My man is a fucking hustler and he doesn't give up. And ladies, he's single, just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nice plug.
Dude, anything to get my homies laid. Yeah, like I was saying, he's like a lot of other individuals, and not just necessarily young black men, but young maybe Chinese guys and young. I know that it was different from yours though, but even my struggles. But a lot of my struggles came from school. So I came here very young, and the language barrier. But that was something I was very thankful. I was glad to overcome within 2 years. So by 5th grade, the end of 5th grade year, I had no accent because I would watch movies. I would just watch movies. Like, and even now, maybe you're hearing maybe a little bit of an accent. That's because I live in South Florida and shit like that. But yeah, I had little or no accent by the end of 5th grade, and I did it. Yeah, just watching TV. But those were some of the struggles that I personally faced. Was like, this little Spanish kid, fuck him. And when you would get picked in sports, I remember getting beat up once playing tackle football. Because I didn't. And I don't know if it was because I didn't necessarily know the rules or something. I ended up in the bottom of a pile, and something I forgot. Something happened. Somebody decked me, and they broke my lip, and I was not necessarily bullied, but everyone was talking about it in school, and I thought it was weird. I'm like, what the fuck? What's the big deal?
Right.
Playing tackle football, but so yeah. But that's what I had asked Shawn. I had asked Shawn what some of the struggles that he's faced as a young black man, and he mentioned that it's resentment and practically haters.
In a way,
people hate.
Yeah, people hate, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the discrimination comes from age related. Sometimes it's with me, like I said before, it's age. Sometimes a lot of people look at this. Number one, I'm 33, but a lot of people think I'm way younger than that. They don't believe, they look at me and I thought you were mid-20s.
Dude, I thought because we've been Facebook friends for who knows how long. It's funny. It's a funny story. We should probably briefly talk about. We've been friends for Facebook. You ever have that guy, and he's just on Facebook.
And you cool with, and you really don't necessarily have to
necessarily know well. And that's you.
Yeah.
That was you, dude. It's funny. I don't remember ever meeting you. And you said you would tell me where we met.
I'll tell you where. We met at Broward College Central Campus gym. And
sounds about right.
It was we met. I seen you going to the locker rooms, and I was like, "What's up, man? You had the beard and all still."
Yeah.
It wasn't as fresh as now. It was,
Yeah.
But
You got
it
long.
Yeah, it was around the holidays. And you invited me to play football for Thanksgiving. It was around that time.
Sweet. So yeah, you know what? I actually have like a brief memory of that.
That was 2015.
Yeah, dude. And what's funny is that Shawn and I have been friends since, and we have a group chat on Facebook, me, him, and my wife. And actually, 48 hours ago, I brought it up. I'm like, we should have a podcast, and here we are, 48 hours later, and we're fucking sitting down, making it happen.
Make it happen. We'll smooth it out later.
Yeah, dude. That's what this is gonna be, man. This is gonna be like a forum just to let loose. You know, you'll see me, you know, having my beer, smoking my joint. I really want to bring guests.
A lot of it won't be monetized just because
Well, I hope it is.
smoking and all of that. Yeah, we'll have to get some sponsors maybe down the line.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what I want this to be, man. Just like a chill sesh. I really want to have guests on, dude. I know a lot of interesting people. I think we should have on. But I think most importantly, and Shawn, I'm gonna let you take over. Is you wanted to make sure that we had a message here.
Yeah, message for every episode. You know, something. You know, just. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is now, but you know, we just talking.
Well, like positive messages, because you said that we've both been through a lot. You know, I mean, you're a single father. There's a whole story behind that, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
Oh, of course, of
course. Know, and we want people to, not necessarily everyone wants to learn by on anyone else.
But just hear relatable experiences
from
people that are actually out there.
Hey, dude,
because so many rich people want to be relatable and they can't be relatable.
You probably went through something you're going through right now.
Oh, absolutely.
And we might have the answer. Shawn, I'm sure 100% some of you are going through something Shawn went through, and Shawn has the answer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then you have 3 different people here. And, you know what I mean?
Raz is behind the scenes. She doesn't want to be seen apparently.
I mean, yeah, they heard.
She can be our Jamie to our Joe Rogan.
Shit.
Our young Jamie, young and drab.
She keeps us on track. She'll keep us on track.
Yeah, for sure. No, and she's the one who's filming this and editing all this. So she's awesome. I'm very happy, and we met 4 years ago, and I'm stoked, dude. I'm stoked. I'm finally glad I'm doing it, man. I want to have a family.
Kids?
Yeah, dude, kids. I want kids.
Did you realize that what was going on? That you were trying to meet an expectation?
I already knew.
Oh,
I always wanted kids. I've always wanted kids. Man,
meet your own expectations.
I got you.
Don't try to go to expectations.
Say less, homie. I got you, bro. We're coasting, bro. That's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna show you our expectations.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is, man.
Cool.